All attendees must wear a mask that covers their nose and mouth, and attendants must observe a 6-foot social distancing. We request that you refrain from rearranging the seating. Thank you for your cooperation. And now, I present H3, Level 1, Class 16. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Uniformed personnel, prepare to present arms.
Academy, left, face, present, arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms. Right, face.
Please be seated.
Academy, take seat.
I would like to introduce our Fire Commission, command staff, and honored guest. First, we have Fire Commissioner, Vice President Kathryn Feinstein, Fire Commissioner Tony Rodriguez, Fire Commissioner Ken Cleveland, Chief of Department Janine Nicholson, Deputy Chief of Department Operations Victor Wersch, Deputy Chief of Administration Jose Velo, Assistant Deputy Chief Joel Sado, Director of Training, Assistant Deputy Chief Michael Kathryn, Homeland Security. We have Assistant Deputy Chief Mark Johnson, Airport Division, Assistant Deputy Chief Sandra Tong, EMS, and Assistant Deputy Chief Dan DeCosio, the Fire Marshal. I would also like to introduce my training staff over here. And with these masks and hats, I can't tell who's who. So the first one up is Jennifer Treff. This is EMS Captain Mike Pendergast, EMS Captain Jeff Kovitz, EMS Captain Ben Sosin, EMS Captain Clinton Bailey. I think I've got them all. We also have a couple light duties out here who have done a wonderful job assisting with us. That's Paramedic Shannon Stabile and Paramedic Eric Williamson. At this time, I would like to now introduce Fire Commission Vice President Kathryn Feinstein.
It's a glorious morning for a very special occasion, and I want to welcome all family members, friends of these graduates, and congratulate each of them on the step that they've taken into what I believe you will find to be an incredibly satisfying and a career that will bring you pain, that will show you some ugliness, but will also give you incredible reward, and knowing that you're rendering a service to the people and the visitors of San Francisco that most of us, I don't know, would have the courage or skill to do. So I really want to commend each one of you on that. I also want to just take a moment to say, because I bet you don't yet know, you have the finest command staff. Here you are on Treasure Island, and you've met a number of people. As you go through your career, you're going to meet more and more. But as a commissioner, they are an absolute joy, and their level of skill is remarkable. And I really want to commend all of them. You know, I can't imagine doing the work that the five of you are embarking upon. I don't know if you know this, but as commissioners, we get alerts on our phone that I'm still trying to decipher a lot of the abbreviations, but I try really hard. And I rotate which member of the command staff I text to say, what's this mean? What's that mean? And I still have a long way to go. But I will tell you, I pay attention to the medical calls, which I know, as you know, are the vast majority. I mean, the super majority of calls that now are received by 911 in San Francisco. And I never can make it there quick enough, or I'm too scared to go because of what it is that you confront. So I want to just take a moment and tell you a quick story about how important you are and may not realize it. I was born in San Francisco. I've always lived in San Francisco. I have been respectful enough, it is the law after all, but respectful enough to always pull over. I hear a siren, I do my best to get myself out of the way. And yet I never thought I would call myself. I never thought I'd be the one dialing 911. And I had an incident with my husband several months ago where he could not move, and I just didn't have the strength to move him, to get him into a car. There was nothing I could do. And I had to pause to say, gee, should I be calling 911 about this? And I did. And these things become blurry when you're the person that's involved. You kind of go into a different space in your own mind. And the ambulance came. I warned them that my house has 52 stairs. So I, of course, am worried, are they going to make it up the 52 stairs? Well, they showed me. And, when they come in, they're coming in. And I've never been so grateful. And you all, or not, you weren't there, but your colleagues who lead the path ahead of you just could not have handled the situation better, gotten him to the hospital. And I felt so grateful and so helpless at the same time. And to have my fire department, my EMS, come to my aid so quickly and so well and so professionally is something that I'm never going to forget. I come here on behalf of a representative of the Fire Commission, President Covington asked me to convey her good wishes. She could not be here today, and neither could Commissioner Nicasio. We are grateful to have Commissioners Rodriguez and Cleveland present. You have a real dedicated bunch leading the commission, and I hope that brings you some comfort. But we're paying attention. We're here to try to get as many resources and as much help as we possibly can. I think you are showing even extraordinary bravery by coming and joining EMS at a time when a lot of people might not be so brave. Because don't think we don't know the risk that you're putting yourselves into to help the rest of us. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you have wonderfully satisfying careers. Know that you're tremendously appreciated, and not just by me, but by all. And I hope to see you on the street one day. I'm gonna hit Station 49 as soon as things let up, hopefully a little bit, and look forward to seeing you there. But I want to thank you in advance for the service that you I know are going to provide with all that you have in you. So thank you, and thank you for taking this on, for being of service. May you be blessed, stay safe, and to all your friends and family, be proud of them. Just be very, very proud. And I thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next, we have Chief of Department, Janine Nicholson.
I'm going to do a little disinfecting, don't mind me. You never know. You never know. Do you? You never know. All right. No trash bag, huh? Oh, beautiful. You guys do think of everything. All right, here's my face. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, you five. Good morning, families, command staff, everyone. I know it's a little warm out here. So, Commissioner Rodriguez, don't worry, I'm only going to take about 45 minutes up here, all right? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Now let's try the glasses, huh? Those usually work. So thank you all for being here. Commissioners, thank you, Vice President Feinstein, for that talk to our new folks in the department. And I do want to express my gratitude to the entire team in this department that keeps this department moving forward in the right direction and keeps our ship afloat. There is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, as your family members and friends now know. So over 6 weeks ago, you five were selected. Hi. And, you have thus far proven yourselves during this academy. And I also know this is not your first rodeo in the EMS world, but it's the best rodeo. Just remember that. So welcome. Congratulations on successfully completing the academy. I'm very proud of you, and I'm very pleased about what I heard about the five of you from the staff here. So keep doing whatever it is you've been doing. It's working. So today is about you, and it is also about putting on a San Francisco Fire Department badge, which is quite an honor and quite a responsibility. And I want to impress that upon you today. But today is also about celebrating with your family, your friends, or frankly just going home and taking a nap, I don't know. that might work for you too. But tomorrow it's back to work, and what I like to say, it's back to work to doing the next right thing. That's what we do here in the San Francisco Fire Department. We do the next right thing. And it's back to work because you were chosen to be part of this department, the San Francisco Fire Department and the EMS division. And who knows, maybe some of you will then go on to be firefighters as well, or some of you will promote through the EMS side. I don't know. But welcome. And remember that you are a civil servant and a public safety worker, a first responder, but in what I believe to be the greatest city in the world, San Francisco. Can you believe you work for San Francisco? It is, right? Huh? How about that? And what I want to impress upon you is that the public trusts us before we even go out the door. And we don't ever break that trust. And neither do you. Again, it's always doing the next right thing and not ever letting the public lose faith in you or in us. Because that is ultimately who you work for, the public. You may think you work for me, you work for the mayor. Both are true, but really, where your responsibility lays is with the public. We are entrusted with people's lives, their well-being, their families. We, a bunch of strangers who just go into their homes, maybe without knowing a thing about them or their culture or anything. And we go into their lives on what could be the worst possible day for them. I mean, who wants to call 911, right? As Vice President Feinstein just spoke about. None of us want to call 911. So again, you work for the city and county of San Francisco, and the people that live here and visit here. Whether it is the homeless woman on 6th Street or the millionaire in Noe Valley, doesn't matter. We treat them all the same. Okay? We have protocols, we have policies, we treat people the same. And remember, when you put this uniform on, just like everyone over here, you represent the department and everyone in it. All of us. All of us. That's a big responsibility, and I know you're ready to take it on. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. And we all have high expectations, right? We do. I know you have high expectations of yourselves, and we have high expectations of you. We want you to remain humble. It's really important in this job. Remain teachable. Got to remain teachable. If you ever start thinking you know it all, it's time to go. I've always said that. If I stop learning, it's time to go. So keep learning, keep striving to be better at your craft, and put your best foot forward every single day you come to work, and learn something new every single day you come to work. I'm still learning something new every single day. Look to the people who are successful at their jobs and in their relationships with other members and emulate them. Try to be like them. Bring calm to chaos. Be that person. Be that person. I got a lot of people over here that know how to bring calm to chaos. That's why they're in the positions they're in. They're very good at what they do. But here's something really important. In order for you to do the job, you need to take care of yourselves physically and psychologically. For real. This is no joke, okay? Because if you don't, you're no good to anyone. So find something that feeds you, whether it's kids, family, meditation, exercise, a hobby, horses, I don't know. Find something that feeds you and recharges you, because you will need it. We all need it. We all need it. Understand the great responsibility you're being entrusted with and the great trust the public has in you, and act accordingly. Do not ever take this job for granted, because it is much more than a job. So, like I've said, work hard every day. When you make a mistake, own it, learn from it, and continue to move forward. collaborate and get along with your coworkers, and treat people with kindness and respect no matter what walk of life they are from. You don't know their burdens, you don't know where they've come from, and we've often heard honey over vinegar, right? So, I do like vinegar myself, but honey over vinegar. It really, really works. I worked on the ambulance for many years in this department, and a lot of times it's just how you treat people that really matters. A lot of times you're just holding somebody's hand and taking them to the hospital, and what really matters is how you treat them. That's not to say that you don't need to be technically good at your job. You do. But kindness goes a long way. So these are really challenging times, and so thank you for stepping up during these times. Who amongst us ever thought that we'd be living through a pandemic? These are historic times. They're going to go down in the history book, period. They just are. And there's a lot of suffering in the world these days. Unemployment, financial problems, health problems, big challenges. And we, all of the folks in uniform here, and you, we've won the lottery, okay? We've won the lottery. We have jobs to go to where we get to be of service to people. And we still get to go to work during this really challenging time. I personally am so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that I get to be, that we all get to be, part of the solution. So again, I want to acknowledge you. I know you all toughed it out day after day for 6 weeks. It may have felt like 6 months. It may have felt like 6 days. I don't know, but I know you were challenged. So strong work on getting here. And congratulations to your families and friends, and thank you all for your support of them. Thank you very, very much. And they will continue to need your support because it is a challenging job. Now, this is just the beginning for you, and we will continue to provide you with training and support in order for you to succeed. Because when you succeed, the department succeeds, and we can carry out our mission of saving lives. This is, after all, the San Francisco Fire Department, and we are people's last line of defense sometimes. So we must get the job done, and we do. Together as a team, right? You all worked as a team a lot these last 6 weeks, I know. This is not a one-person job. This is a team effort always. You have your partners back out there. You have the fire crews back. They have your back. Okay, we all work together as a team. You have a great EMS leadership team in place, so we've set you up for success with them. And we expect you to put your best foot forward, and you can expect us to walk with you. You're going to learn incredible skills you never even knew existed. You're going to be challenged, and you're going to learn and grow. You're going to see what you are made of when the tough time comes, and you're going to understand the word resilience. Now again, this is not just a job, but it's a career and it's a calling. This is the San Francisco Fire Department. We all got called here. The job isn't complicated, but it's challenging and rewarding and heartbreaking and uplifting and tragic and fun. It's life-changing. It's life-changing. So I'll reiterate what I said before. Work hard. Learn from your mistakes. Treat others with respect. Put one foot in front of the other and do the next right thing. And I say this to everyone that comes across to get a badge from the San Francisco Fire Department. With this great honor of wearing a San Francisco Fire Department uniform and badge comes great responsibility. With this honor comes great responsibility. Don't ever forget that. So celebrate today, and tomorrow get back to work. Congratulations, and again, I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you, Chief Nicholson. So aside here, earlier I was introduced my staff, and I get to be the EMS section chief of training. However, these captains, these men and women over here, they are truly the training staff, and they are what makes it all happen. The co-leads in this academy here today were Jennifer Treff and then Mike Pendergast, who I skipped over earlier. So I just wanted to recognize Mike and Jen for all their work with this academy and everything they've done. I'm very appreciative. All right. Now that I'm back to even, let's go here. Here we go. So in reflecting on this year, one word comes to my mind, and that word is uncertainty. We are faced with the uncertainty of COVID-19's rise and perseverance, leaving us wondering about our health and the health of our family and friends. We have economic uncertainty with jobs, budgets, and personal finances. We have political uncertainty with frustrated Americans voicing their concerns in the streets and the decisive messaging of an election year. Over the past 6 weeks with this group of recruits and my staff, I've taken to looking at the positives of uncertainty. Uncertainty makes us more adaptable, agile, and balanced. As emergency responders, we have uncertainty built into our jobs. We never know what our next call will be or its eventual outcome. What we can focus on are the things we can be certain of. In the case of the class graduating today, that's exactly what they did. All 5 of these EMTs are actually paramedics. 4 of the 5 have experience in San Francisco as paramedics. 3 of the 5 were in our H8 program. Additional experience in this group comes from surrounding counties of Alameda County, San Mateo County, and Contra Costa County. So this is a rigorous 6 weeks they went through. We have 28 tests, exams, and skills stations for 140 total tests. Of these 5 recruits, we only did 5 red forms, so only 5 fails out of 140 efforts. So that's pretty amazing. They were certainly ready to be here and have shown it. And lastly, 3 of the 5 of them go by Chris, so kind of interesting. So in these times of uncertainty, this is a great example, to all of us to focus on friends, family, and the future. Thank you very much. It's a department tradition that a member of the graduating class speaks. Past speeches have described the class experience in the academy. Others have sung the praises of the training staff, and some have even aired grievances. I would now like to introduce H3 Level 1 Class 16 speaker, Drew Gendati. Drew.
Members of the Fire Commission, Chief Nicholson, Deputy Chiefs, honored guests, department members, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Drew Gendati. Or on the island, I've been referred to as recruit number 5. Gotten used to that pretty much. As a class, all of us have worked hard for this opportunity to become permanent members of the San Francisco Fire Department. Many of us have worked for the department as H8 per diems, like Chief said, and have had that opportunity to peek behind the curtains. We've gone through paramedic internships, become comfortable in our former systems, and even helped train and prepare others. Now we get to start fresh. Captain Pendergast and Captain Treff have done an excellent job preparing us to enter the culture of the fire department. At first thought, man, 6 weeks is going to be a long time, but it flew by. We've sweat through morning PT sessions, even with our soft paramedic hands, practiced skills, and put in hours of studying together. And since there's only 5 of us, I figured I'd introduce you to us all. We'll start with recruit number 1. Before her time here on the island, I've known her as Christina Faust Peckham. I've been honored to work with her in a little county across the bay for some years. She's helped many, including myself, become better practitioners. Next, we have recruit number 2, Talia Grammatico. Lucky for us, she has kids at home, so it wasn't hard for her to keep all the ducks in a row and keep us knuckleheads in line and focused when a bird flew by or we saw something shiny. This takes me to recruit number 3, Chris Hermosillo. Sometimes you get distracted. During PT one day, it was pointed out that he may not be as tough as his tattoos indicate. Recruit number 4, Chris Kiyomura, came all the way up from Southern California years ago to live and work in the fog. Then there's me. During a slip of the tongue from number 1 over here, during PT, the captains and our entire class was introduced to a nickname of mine, the Bunny. We've looked out for each other, pushed each other, and sometimes had to keep each other in check. Thanks, number 2. We started this academy as individuals, and I would like to think we finished it as a team. We've been welcomed to the department from EMTs and paramedic members in the field to rescue captains and even command staff. We've been welcomed, greeted, smiles, congratulations. It's been very, very special. All of us are motivated and excited to offer years of service to the citizens and visitors of San Francisco. Thank you.
Thank you, Drew. And now, Chief of Department Janine Nicholson will administer the Oath of Allegiance.
Academy, return, hut.
Okay. Okay. Please raise your right hand. I
I, Christina Faust Peckham.
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. There you go. You can put your hands down. Strong work.
Thank you, Chief. And now the Chief will present the badges to the recruits. Whatever you feel. All right. Christina Faust Peckham.
I'm going to break the rules and put this on here, all right? Don't breathe on me. Okay? Don't worry. I just don't want to be the one to do it.
And Chief, there's a band right there too.
And then turn to the left slightly.
Ben Sosin. There you go.
All right. Thank you so much.
Drew Gendati.
Come over here, Simone. Got it?
Natalia Grammatico. Christopher Hermosillo. And Christopher Kimura.
Pardon me, Nicholas.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present the newest members of the San Francisco Fire Department. H3 Level 1, Class 16. Thank you all for attending the graduation ceremony. You are welcome to stay and celebrate with the graduates. However, I would like to remind you that as long as you remain on the property, please wear a mask that covers your nose and mouth. Please observe 6-foot social distancing. Recruits are reminded that they should be available for a group photo in a few minutes. Thank you again for coming. Have a safe day.